Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today's video going to be a wee look at tomorrow's Champions League opponent, Slovan Bratislava, a wee look at their current form, their best players, and a few edited highlights focusing in on one of their main star players, Tigran Barshegyan. But there are clips, obviously, with his passes, crosses, etc., that do show some of their other good players, such as David Strelic, their centre-forward, Vladimir Weiss, who usually plays left side of midfield, and Marko Tolic, their attacking midfielder. So today's video is going to be a mixture of some stats, a few player profiles, and those video highlights of primarily Barshegyan, their star player, so that we all have a wee idea of who we're playing tomorrow. Tomorrow's video will be more of an actual preview of the game, where I'll have a chat about up-to-date news, Brendan Rodgers' press conference that was late this afternoon, and also predictions for lineup, scores, etc. So just a wee look at their recent form. So over the last 20 games, Slovan Bratislava 14 wins, 3 losses, 3 defeats. They're currently sitting top of the Slovakian league on 15 points after 6 games, 5 wins, 1 loss, 11 goals for, 8 against. And at the start of the month, on the 1st of September, they did lose 5-0 to the second place side, which was a wee bit of a surprise and brought Zelina closer to them in second place. But Slovan Bratislava currently lying first, and they qualified for this stage of the Champions League by beating Midtjylland of Denmark over 2 legs, winning the second time around 3-2 to get themselves through on aggregate. Usually Slovan Bratislava line up in a 4-2-3-1 with Strelic up front by himself. Midfield front 3 usually Weiss, Tolic and Barshegyan. They play a couple of defensive midfielders, flat back 4 with experienced centre-backs, and in the Champions League it's been mostly their goalkeeper Dominik Takac who has been in goal, although they do actually have a good backup goalkeeper who's played most of the league games, but Takac has played the 6 Champions League games so far for Slovan Bratislava. So just looking at who I think may well be their key players for tomorrow, their best player is undoubtedly Tigran Barshegyan. Apologies for any pronunciation errors there. He's age 30. He's an Armenian international, 58 caps for Armenia with 9 goals. He plays right wing, left wing, and centre forward, but primarily right wing. He's a very left-footed player, and so tends to cut in onto his left foot to deliver passes and crosses, although he is actually pretty capable using his right foot. So far this season, 12 games for Slovan Bratislava, 8 goals, 2 assists, so he's their top scorer. Over his whole Slovan Bratislava career, 118 games, 35 goals, 23 assists, and for his various clubs, 363 games, 102 goals, 61 assists. He wears number 11 for Slovan Bratislava. So clearly, this season has been their top scorer, probably their biggest star player, in very good form this season, and his season rating 7.82 out of 10. So clearly has been playing very well in both Europe and in domestic matches. Just going to pop in the little highlight reel which focuses on Barsegian, but also may be able to pick up a few of their other players. Marko Tolic, number 10, David Strelic, number 13, Vladimir Weiss, who's their captain, who wears number 7. He previously played for Rangers briefly. And I'll also just briefly have a look at their defensive best players after this video. So I think you can see from those highlights, Barshegian, very talented, great vision, very good ability to pass through defences, to release players such as Tolic and Strelic, is quite a danger cutting in on his left foot to shoot from inside and just outside the box. Very clever player, also can slightly catch goalkeepers by surprise. And there are a few other videos of him available through YouTube, as well as the one I took extracts from, and also there are quite a few edited highlights of their games in the Slovakian League and also their Champions League qualifiers so far. So do have a wee look at those as well, just for greater depth. One of their other important players, I think, is Marko Tolic, Croatian player, attacking midfielder and central midfielder, 28 years old. Hasn't played internationally for Croatia this season for Slovan Bratislava. Season rating 7.37 out of 10. 13 games for them, 3 goals, 5 assists, so top of their assist chart. Over his career for Slovan Bratislava, 54 games, 16 goals and 10 assists, and over his whole career for a variety of clubs, 262 games, 74 goals, 33 assists. So obviously a very experienced player, quite a goal threat coming through from midfield, and and does look to be one of the players we're going to need to stop alongside Barsegian. Their centre forward plays for Slovakia, David Strelic. He's just 23 years old, has 24 caps for Slovakia with 4 goals. So far this season, 14 games, 5 goals, 4 assists. Over his Slovan Bratislava career, 127 games, 37 goals, and 23 assists. So quite experienced for Slovan Bratislava, despite the fact he's only 23. And over his whole career, 172 games, 50 goals, 25 assists, and his rating for the last 12 months in all games for Slovan Bratislava is 7.05 out of 10. He is apparently a very hard-working centre forward, quite often creating space for the wide players and the midfielders to come through and take up. But he does have a pretty good goal output nonetheless, and a wee bit like Kyogo can get in behind defences to finish. And so it's going to be a player that Carter Vickers and whoever partners him tomorrow keeps a close eye on to prevent him getting through using his pace. Goalkeeper for the Champions League has been primarily Dominik Takac. He's in his first season at Slovan Bratislava. So far this season, 7 games with 3 clean sheets and 5 goals conceded. And he's played all six of the Champions League matches, and so only 1 league match so far this season for them. Over his whole career, 136 games, conceding 127 goals with 59 clean sheets, and his 12-month rating is 7.02. So again, very decent ratings for the goalkeeper. He has been in the Slovakian squad when he was a wee bit younger, but has over the last couple of years dropped out and wasn't part of the Slovakian squad at the recent Euro Nations, but does appear a very talented goalkeeper who I suspect will be getting back into international consideration now that he's playing at the top team in Slovakia. 1 or 2 other players to watch out for. Vladimir Weiss, who's number 7. He is their captain. He plays left side of midfield, can play left wide. Tends to be quite a temperamental player, plays with a lot of emotion and passion, and so sometimes can get a wee bit distracted and carried away. He did have a season at Rangers, although I cannot actually remember him from that time. He has good outputs for goals and assists, and quite often gets in at the far post for crosses from Barsegian to finish at the back post. So he's a player we're going to need to watch out for. He primarily plays on the left wing, out wide in the left midfield. When he isn't playing out wide on the left, instead Robert Mack, number 21, plays there. He also has good numbers of goals and assists, both as a starter and coming on as a sub later in the game for Slovan Bratislava. They have a very talented Panamanian right back, Cesar Blackman, who wears number 28. He's quite good at getting himself forward down the right and sometimes into the box as well. So he's a player we're going to need to watch out for both in attack and defence. And they usually play 2 very experienced centre-backs, Guram Kasia, who's a Georgian, who's currently 37 years old. He wears number 4. And Kenan Bajrik, number 12, who is an experienced Slovakian defender in and around the Slovakian international squad. And they've been playing consistently very well and are a very strong, experienced central defensive combination who play well together. If there are any weaknesses in the Slovan Bratislava side, it's more down their left side of midfield and left side of defence, a wee bit similar to Celtic. There is thus a potential that Nicholas Kuhn, Arne Engels, etc. could exploit some weakness down the left side of their defence to get balls into the box or get in behind using a combination of Kuhn and Johnson down that wing. So that finishes off the wee roundup of the Slovakian players, the stats, and some video highlights. Hopefully you find that helpful for tomorrow's game. As I said at the start of the video, I will be doing a wee preview specifically of the Celtic Slovan Bratislava game tomorrow. Hopefully having that up and running by lunchtime, giving you quite a number of hours to watch it before the evening kickoff, be it whether you're watching it live at the ground or live on TV. Before we go, just a wee quick reminder, suggestion, encouragement. If you are new to the channel and you've liked this video and like the general variety of videos on the channel, please do click that subscriber button. Keep the numbers pushing further and further past 1,000. That would be brilliant. If you do like the video, please do click that like button, and comment section open for a pleasant, polite debate, opinions, thoughts regarding the video, regarding the topics, regarding the players, your own thoughts of tomorrow's game against Slovan Bratislava, and any other Celtic issues. And so until tomorrow's video, a goodbye and hail, hail.